Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Deontay Wilder, he's back. And Deontay Wilder has a lot of people concerned about him in the ring with the power that he has with this new trainer, Malik Scott. And I'm going to tell you, I think it depends on who Deontay Wilder's faces for us to really see the new skill set that he's acquired and what he's been working on. But I will tell you, he looked totally different in that one round that we saw him in this past weekend. There was only 3 seconds left in the fight. He moved around, was doing some boxing 101 stuff. Going around, switching directions, throw your 1-2, uppercut, whatever. Those are just things you do in training, man, to help with your footwork. He did that in the ring. Didn't go straight to his opponent. He actually let his opponent come to him, reach, miss, made him pay. And we know Deontay Wilder is very athletic, and we know that he can let that right hand go from any angle, okay? But as a result, I'm one of the few who says, yes, he's strong. Yes, he's been working on some new things. But let's see him get into the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds against, it could even be a guy like Helenius, okay? Helenius didn't get out the first round. But let's see what happens in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round to really see if the running and the endurance and the increased stamina, see if that shows up. Let's see if he can really, move around the ring the way he was moving around for 7, 8 rounds. Let's see. Now, of course, if Deontay Wilder can get the person out of there, I'm happy about that. But I don't think we're really going to see all the things they worked on until he gets in there with somebody like maybe an AJ, maybe a Usyk, okay, who can really push him, make him think twice, give him a little bit of stress, and maybe can avoid getting clipped within the first round. But Luis Ortiz faced Wilder twice. Luis Ortiz was trying to let people know, okay, that Deontay Wilder hits very hard. His power is real. Because for some reason, a lot of people still question if Deontay Wilder hits that hard. What are we doing even having this conversation? That's just, I don't even know what category that level of hate falls into. But we're sitting here talking about Deontay Wilder, a man who's knocked out every opponent. Every single opponent he's knocked out. For those who say, oh, he didn't knock out Fury. He knocked Fury out. He knocked him out. Fury woke up from being knocked out. So Wilder has knocked out every opponent, okay? But we're still sitting here questioning his ability and his power. So Luis Ortiz is very concerned about Andy Ruiz. And I think this is the beginning of a forthcoming petition to stop Deontay Wilder from boxing, because he's so powerful. He is going to kill somebody, right? And Luis Ortiz is saying that. He says if Andy Ruiz faces Wilder, he said, Deontay Wilder's going to kill him, and he doesn't want to see that fight. He's very worried about anyone who gets in the ring with him, and a lot of people right now are very concerned about this Wilder's return and what he showed this weekend, and the fact that he has something in his hands that no one can prepare for. And the concern is when, it's not if it can happen, it's when. When is he going to get in the ring with somebody and kill him because of his power? And that's becoming a real concern. And the ironic thing is, Deontay Wilder, he said things in the past, and I get it. I think that's just, a way of saying he just wants to be that vicious in the ring where he said he wants to catch a body or get a body on his record. But when he was pressed about that question at times by in different interviews, he said, no kidding, I really want to know what it feels like to kill somebody, and with his hands, in the ring. And, I can't sit here. That's not okay to say, But if he was saying, like, I don't want to kill anyone, but what I'm saying is when I'm in there, I'm so focused in trying to get him out, like I'm thinking, I got to kill this guy. That's not as impactful as saying, no, I really want a body. I want someone to die in the ring as a result of me beating them so bad. Like that's a big difference, okay? So at the end of the day, even before Deontay Wilder returned to the ring this past weekend, man, Andy Ruiz is the one people are being concerned about because, they're supposed to be squaring off. And Andy Ruiz, he expressed an overwhelming, desire to face that, pernicious power knockout puncher Deontay Wilder. And the fact that Ruiz lost his titles against Anthony Joshua, I think Ruiz at this point, he's looking to try to get a shot against somebody for some kind of redemption. I think that the way he lost to AJ really bothers him. He came, he fought Areola. He almost got knocked out in that fight. He got hurt badly. That really bothers him. Got in there against Luis Ortiz. And he had good moments in that fight, but Ortiz was giving him the business. That really bothers Andy Ruiz. So now Andy Ruiz, who's been patiently waiting as a shot at another big name, he now wants to get in there with Deontay Wilder and prove that the second AJ fight was a fluke, the fight with Areola was a fluke, the fight with Luis Ortiz was a fluke, and that by him getting there and knocking Deontay Wilder out viciously within 3 rounds is going to show that he should have had all those titles, the WBO, WBC, and the WBA titles, right? Listen. Oh, IBF, not the WBC, right? Andy Ruiz has a death wish chasing around Wilder. And I'm going to, for those of you who are Andy Ruiz fans, he has fast hands. He does. He can close the distance, relatively quickly, okay? But Andy Ruiz stays on the outside with just a little bit of side-to-side movement. And he gets hit. Listen, he gets hit. And then he'll close the distance and start letting his hands go. He's a sitting duck for Deontay Wilder. If he got dropped by AJ, almost knocked out by Areola, what's Wilder going to do to him? Okay? Wilder does not struggle with boxers who are shorter than him, who have less reach than him. Okay? He doesn't struggle. They may give him a bit of a tough time. Only one, Luis Ortiz. Usyk may give him a little bit of a tough time if he fights him. But Andy Ruiz isn't going to present the problems that Luis Ortiz presented. Andy Ruiz is a great boxer, a great fighter, but he's not a master boxer like Luis Ortiz. So for him saying that he's just waiting for Deontay, he's been waiting for Deontay Wilder to join the win column. Look. This way he can kind of get redemption. I just think he's barking up the wrong tree. Okay? Because Wilder, you see how quickly he took care of business against his good friend, Helenius. He felt bad after. But when he's in there, he doesn't care. He has a lot of respect for Andy Ruiz. I remember when how happy Wilder was for Andy Ruiz. When Ruiz beat AJ and Ruiz at the post-fight interview said, "Mama, we don't have to struggle no more." And I remember Deontay Wilder was very, very happy for him. But if he and Andy Ruiz fight, even though they have a decent rapport, right? You think Deontay Wilder is going to sit there and be worried about how Andy Ruiz's mom's going to feel when he knocks him out? No. Just like Andy Ruiz isn't going to be worried about it. But Deontay Wilder is going to knock him out. He's going to clip him. And it's going to be easy money, man. So when you think about Luis Ortiz, knowing what he went through against Deontay Wilder, sitting back watching all the other opponents Wilder's face, even Fury getting knocked out. The second fight with Fury, whatever, the third fight, seeing what he did to Fury in the third fight. Ortiz is like, it's almost like, it doesn't make sense. It's almost like give him all the belts without him fighting people because it's a matter of time before he kills somebody. And other people are starting to buy into that. It's kind of the bandwagonists are starting to surface. But are they wrong? And that's my thing. Are the bandwagonists wrong? To say, although Deontay Wilder gives us mouth-watering showdowns, and a fight against Usyk would be beyond mouth-watering because you really don't know who's going to really be able to impose their style and pull off the win. Okay, but what we do know is Deontay Wilder has knocked out every single person he's faced. How is Usyk not going to get knocked out? Okay? And no one else has been able to do it. How the hell is Usyk, who's smaller, how is he going to be able to avoid getting knocked out? See, that's the question. So, a small Usyk getting in there with Deontay Wilder, even though he'll probably outweigh him on fight night. How can you sit here and not be concerned about Usyk and his health? Andy Ruiz and his health, especially Andy Ruiz right now. Andy Ruiz, this isn't the same Andy Ruiz that fought that big European fighter before he took the first AJ fight. That Andy Ruiz is no more, people. That man is a multimillionaire. He has like 15 different luxury cars. Andy Ruiz isn't the same. He's bouncing around from trainer to trainer. He didn't have the discipline to train. He should have stayed with Manny Robles. You know, Andy Ruiz is all over the place. Then you gonna put him in there with Deontay Wilder? Y'all crazy, man. So it looks like right now, with Canelo being out for a while, AJ kind of fighting, you know, maybe a nobody here coming up in December. Who knows who he's gonna fight? Who knows who Fury's gonna fight? Wilder right now is that guy that everybody's looking at because he does bring excitement, but he no longer wants to kill anyone in the ring. It seems like he's changed his tune, but hey, the concern about him fighting and him hurting people in the ring is growing. And some people are saying almost like he shouldn't be allowed to box. You know, a man that hits like that should not be allowed to fight. You guys remember Julian Jackson? Julian Jackson was a monster. Some say he was the hardest puncher, pound for pound, ever in the sport of boxing. Well, move over Julian Jackson, because Deontay Wilder is the most vicious puncher in the history of boxing. When you knock out every single one of your opponents, okay? And I don't want to hear the argument of who did he fight? Deontay Wilder's fought tomato cans. Man, just stop. Because those tomato cans that he fought would knock your ass out. Okay? So stop being a Charlie Zelenoff. Stop being a Charlie Z. All of you guys out here with your 400 and something wins and, you know, 400 and something knockouts with your little manufactured belts. It's cool to sit back here and bad talk a guy like Tyson Fury, you know, Deontay Wilder, call all these guys bums. Look, none of these guys are bums. Yeah, they may do some things we don't like, but you get in the ring with them, okay? Don't do it. If you're smart, you won't. You'll just sit back here and keep insulting people. But one person who I just don't think we should be trying to break down, I just don't think Deontay Wilder is someone we should be trying to break down. You know, and for those who have an issue with some of the things he said in the past, are we not allowed to make mistakes? We are not allowed to evolve? Like Tyson Fury, you know, he said some crazy stuff. Billy Saunders has said crazy stuff. Zab Judah has said crazy stuff. Floyd Mayweather said crazy stuff. Muhammad Ali back in the day has said some stuff that wasn't, you know, favorable. I mean, are we not allowed to make mistakes? Can we not evolve beyond that? But people want to, it's like barnacles, you know? They want to cling on to you and just drag you down. You got to find a way to pluck that shit off you, man. Pry the barnacles off you and move on and enjoy your life. I just don't think that's cool. And I get it. I know that some of these athletes who, you know, we love watching in the ring, they've done some things, they've said some things. Some of them still do things. But I just don't think it's right to hold on to that and keep trying to bog them down. It's like, what do you want them to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like Mike Tyson. He still got some interviews. I know they'll be scared to death, but some get pretty ballsy. They'll try to bring up stuff from his past. And it's like he's told one interviewer, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to tell you? Okay? I was young. This stuff happened, you know, whatever, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to evolve and become a better person. And Deontay Wilder, I think, is doing it. Now, what I don't want to see happen with Deontay Wilder is he comes out of frustration and says something like, y'all want to keep messing with me? You want me to get a body on me? You want me to get a body? Y'all won't let me get beyond that statement? Well, now I want to catch a body. You know, I don't want to see him do that because, Lord have mercy, they're going to be all over it, man. But right now, we're going to see what develops with this, because I just think it's unfair if all of a sudden Deontay Wilder gets railroaded because they say he hits too hard. Okay? Or they say for him to fight, he has to fight guys who weighs, 250 plus. Like, that's just crazy. It's not his fault that, like he says, he's been anointed. The spirits looked over him. Y'all hear him tell that story about how important that I think it's the Tuscaloosa River. I don't know what it's called, but there's a river or something that runs behind his house. And he told a story about how he was out there in that river and the current pulled him. And said while it pulled him, he was basically going under. And while he was going under, he saw a whale. And then the whale's tail hit him, and he flew out the water and landed back on the land or on a dock or something. And he says when he tells that story, people find it hard to believe, but he knows what he saw, and the whale was in the damn Tuscaloosa River. Yo. And the whale used his tail, knocked his ass out the river, and returned him to safety. Now, I'm not saying that didn't happen, right? I'll put it to you like this. I had an experience like that. No whale had no tail hitting me out no damn river. I was in the ocean, right? Now this is a damn true story, okay? We used to train when I used to live in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, like Destin, Florida, right? Lived there for 6 years. I used to go, there's a boxing gym down there. We used to go down there and box. And with some buddies, and we went to the beach and was out there drinking, And being stupid, swam out a little ways. I used to always do that with my cousins, man, swim out, then swim back, So we swam out a little ways, and we had been drinking, rum and coconut water and scotch. Foolish. Don't drink and get in the ocean. I'll tell you all that right now. So anyway, I turned around and everybody on the land was like this big, you know what I'm saying? I knew I had gone out pretty far. So you're like, let's turn around. We turned around, was coming back in. No kidding, man. I was swimming, no problem. All of a sudden, I felt like something pulling me. I got caught in a riptide. So I was swimming like 10 feet. That shit would pull me back like 12, 15 feet. Swimming like 10 feet, it pulled me back like 15 feet. Hold on. So I started to panic because I knew I was in trouble. Kind of like Deontay Wilder getting caught in that current in the river. So what happened is I'm fighting this shit for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And I just lost all awareness. I didn't see my cousin. I didn't see people on land. It's just me, that ocean, and God. And I said, okay. I was getting fatigued now, right? So I started dog paddling. That's how tired I was. I was dog paddling. So I said, let me see if I can touch the bottom. So I went under, didn't touch the bottom. So bam, what little energy I had, I came back to the top. Now waves are rolling over my head. I'm swallowing water, I'm coughing, choking, and I'm panicking now. And I swear to God, wasn't no whale like Deontay Wilder, the tail hit him out the water and all that bullshit, right? I'm not saying that didn't happen, okay? I'm telling you, for me, when I went under again, and I was coming up, and I was looking up, no kidding, and I could see that beam from the sun. I could see that ray of light permeating the water, and I said, God, please no. That's why I said. And I swear to God, man, I had an out-of-body experience. I saw myself above the water looking down at me, and it said, by my first name, so let's just say Hood, but that is not my first name. It was like, Hood, you're somebody, don't quit. You're somebody. I swear to God this happened. And I came up again, and then when I went down, because I was going down, my feet touched the bottom. And the water was over my head to about right here, and I could look up, and my feet hit the bottom. And I pushed up, and then I came down, and I ended up getting close to the water. My cousin was like, you all right? And he came in, and they basically dragged me on like a bag of garbage and threw me on the sand. And I was laying there, and they were laughing, like, you all right, man? They thought that shit was funny. And I was like, no. I lay there for like 30 minutes. And they were laughing, thinking it was funny. And they had no idea. I was sitting there like, I almost died. Now, that's a true story. So when he says that, I believe if he was almost drowning, I believe there was some kind of intervention, okay? I know this is getting off of the boxing thing, but we're talking about water in the whale tail knocking him out the river, big ass whale in the Tuscaloosa River. I was in the ocean, the Gulf, saltwater. Wasn't no shark or whale, had no tail knocked me out. But I was in bad shape. So, long story short, right? Deontay Wilder is a guy who I think right now is looking back at his life. From a young man, promising athlete, college, having a beautiful daughter, born with an illness, having to go turn and fight at 20, getting a bronze medal, becoming a pro, looking where he's at, the struggles in those Fury fights, not having closure there, to where he is now. Deontay Wilder appreciates what he has. And I think that statue too, he's looking at that. And I think Deontay Wilder is going to give us another very good run. But at the end of the day, I really feel that because of the changes he's making, sometimes people want to bring you down, man. They almost want to see you carry on like a fool and do bad. But the fact that he seems to be on the right trajectory in all areas of his life, and the fact that, Ortiz doesn't mean anything by saying, hey, he's going to kill Andy Ruiz. The fact that people are saying that maybe he shouldn't go and be fighting these guys, and it's like, what? It's not his fault if he hits like that. I just think he's just gonna become disgusted with the sport of boxing if this continues, and he may just stop boxing because he doesn't have to. And can you blame him? Hit on a man because he hits that hard, just leave him alone. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. We'll see if they're really gonna try to petition for this man not to fight. Why in the world would they want to railroad him? That is just crazy. Look, he has power, he has talent. He's trying to make the right changes with a trainer. You could tell he's had some media training. He probably learned from some of his past mistakes about what to say, not say. You know what I'm saying? We all go through that, man. And even some of the other fighters out there, top guys, man, in different weight divisions need that media training, kind of understanding. When you throw something out there, you can't take that back. But when you say something, you can't take that back. And they're gonna put it on repeat as long as you still maintain that career. They're gonna put it on repeat, and you'll never be able to escape it. So that being said, we'll see what Wilder does, if he's gonna fight Ruiz, if it's gonna be Usyk. Who knows? People are talking about Frank Sanchez. That's an interesting fight, but right now it looks like Ruiz is the front runner. Usyk may be a backup plan. And then after that, could be Fury, could be Usyk, but the 3 fights for Wilder, it looks like it could be Ruiz, Usyk, or Fury. And that's it. In what order? I don't know. But I know right now it's Ruiz. So we'll see what happens. That being said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Shout out to everybody across all 7 continents. Shout out to the veterans. Y'all keep cool. Don't go swimming in no river. Have that whale. Use that tail to knock your ass out. Back onto that dock. And definitely don't go drinking in the ocean. No scotch and coconut water. Rum and pineapple juice or nothing like that. Because your ass could end up like me and be having that out-of-body experience. Scared to death. That being said, y'all keep cool. And I'm in the breeze.